So with that being said, we'll just kind of go through a quick rundown on what are the purposes of a website. Of course, this is a very kind of broad perspective, kind of narrowed down into 5. Of course, there are many more reasons or purposes why you may want to have a website, but these are like the most popular ways of having a website. So one of the reasons or purposes why you may have a website is to collect leads. So of course you would want to have people come and check out the content that you have to provide, check out the content that you have to offer. So the main idea behind having a website is getting your business out there. You're trying to boost the leverage of your business and have people come and see what it is that you do. So you're kind of just going out there to get a little more recognition, to get people to see you online. So in that way, you want to have more people coming into your website to view whatever it is that you have to offer. So in that way, you're collecting leads. Then we also have websites in order to build an emailing list or a community. So let's say that you want to have an emailing list where you want to send out newsletters regularly to customers. And this could be a way in which you can attract more visitors into your website. You can provide a form and people can sign up and enter in their email IDs and their names, and then you can collect all of that into your repository, and so you can create an email list from there. And then we also have booking and scheduling. So we have our newest integration, which is Zoho Bookings, and this allows you to provide a bookings kind of integration onto your website where people can come and visit your website and also schedule for appointments. So if you are in the service of providing any kind of service that requires your visitors to schedule a kind of appointment with you or such, Bookings would be the app that you can use to do so. And then another purpose of a website would be to provide information and support or educate users. So if there is any kind of knowledge transfer that you're trying to do, where you're trying to provide, either educational, or if you're trying to provide advice or counseling or anything along that sort, a website would be a place where you could do so, as well as you can also sell your products online. So for those of you who do not already know, Zoho Sites doesn't have any sort of, integration where you can do any sort of buyer selling. But then we do have a product called Zoho Commerce, which is your full e-commerce solution where you can just build an online store all by yourself. And we provide templates where you can add in your products and then have a fully fledged online store where visitors can come and purchase products from you and you can have them delivered. So that is another kind of website that you can create. And that last solution can be done using Zoho Commerce. For those of you who are interested, just let me know in the chat. I'll be more than happy to share the link with you. And then with today's agenda, we're going to be talking about website personalization. So we're going to be covering the member portal, which is an area where you can have your visitors sign in or sign up to view content. So this enables you to be able to group the content that you have into various groups, and then you can choose which visitors can view what content. So you can take pages and other data and put that together, and that particular content can be restricted from different users, so you can configure that as well. And then we're also going to talk about how you can build a form and have a form set up on your website. So we provide a whole bunch of different form integrations. You can use the in-product form builder itself, which provides you with a lot of templates that you can choose from, or you can also build a form from scratch within the Zoho Sites website builder. Apart from that, we also integrate with Begin Forms, and we also integrate with the Zoho CRM web form. So this will allow you to create web to lead type of forms, and all of that data will be stored in either, depending on which service you choose, be it Begin or CRM, it'll be stored in that backend. So you'll be able to check out the data that you receive from your visitors as well. And then we're going to also get into the different types of SEO tools that we provide. So we have SEO tools that are both site-wide and page-wise. And so the SEO tools that we provide for your site include Google Analytics and Bing Webmaster Tools, where you can add the tracking ID from your Google Analytics account. You can also add in the meta tags and different types of things that will help your SEO. We also provide site maps and the 301 redirect. So all of these type of things will help you when it comes down to enhancing the SEO of your website to enable web crawlers to come and crawl your website. And then we also have page specific SEO tools, which include adding the meta title, meta description, and things such as that, which are very specific to your pages as well. And then we are going to talk about, as I mentioned before, the Zoho Bookings integration, which will enable you to add a bookings app onto your website where people can come in and book sessions or schedule appointments with you based on whatever your requirement is with the business that you do. So getting into what a member portal is. So a member portal enables you to grow your community. And so what it does is it makes your members feel welcome, because you kind of create an environment where your members feel like a sense of belonging. So they come into your website and they know that, okay, these are the type of content that they can view. So you kind of create a little bit of an exclusive content for particular visitors. You can also have the simple sign up and login. So there are two different ways that visitors can access your website. You can either have them sign up to join your website, so they can come and sign up and request for access, after which you can enable access for them and they'll be able to view the content that you have provided for them. Apart from that, you can also enter in the email ID of visitors that you would like to join, and you can send the request to them. And once they accept that request via email, they'll be able to join your member portal and view whatever content it is you have for them. And you can also group them, as I mentioned before. You can take different pages and files and group them together and choose which visitors can view what. So that is a possibility also. And then we also have Zoho Web Forms. So as I mentioned before, we have a lot of integrations with different types of form building providers. And so basically with forms, you can collect data from your visitors, which will be stored in whichever web form building tool you choose to use. And you can also manage your visitors' information, and you can also use that to convert more leads essentially. So of course, the usage of forms is based on whatever your requirement is, but it is definitely vital when it comes to collecting information from your visitors, and that information can be used and analyzed according to how you require it to be used. And then we will get into the on-page SEO. So as I mentioned before, SEO is your search engine optimization. You want to make sure that not just your website on a whole aspect, but also your pages get crawled. So even if your website does not rank on the Google search engine or the Bing search engine also, at least your pages have a chance of ranking. So here are like a few best practices for your on-page SEO. So you want to make sure that you have an SEO-friendly URL. You want to make sure that the page URL itself is very descriptive to what your website or your web page is about. You want to make that very clear and very concise. So we have a tool that automatically, when you add a new page to your website and enter the page name, we automatically pull up a URL for you. So you can either choose the auto-generated URL that we provide or provide a URL of your own. That is totally up to you. You can also provide a primary keyword in your H1 and H2 tags. So when you use the heading element, there is a setting option where you can choose if you want it to be an H1, H2, all the way up to H6 is what we provide. So you want to make sure that you use your primary keywords in the H1 and H2 tags. You also want to organically include keywords in your content. So if you have like 1,000-word piece of content, you want to make sure that you at least run your keyword in it 2 to 3 times. And also including your keywords within the alt tags for images. So we have an option for when you add images to your website, you can add your alt text and your alt tags as well. So you want to make sure that you optimize that accordingly as well. And then you also want to interlink your content. So make sure that the content within your website kind of interlinks with each other. So this will help you build a better sitemap, which will also help search engines know how to crawl your web page. And then you can also include keywords in your meta title and description. As I mentioned before, I'll be getting into the page-wise SEO settings that you can do, and that is in the demo, so you can take a look at how that can be done as well. And we also have a little tip on how you can organically build traffic. So you want to try to build a lot of content through the mediums of blog, ebooks, infographics, videos, podcasts. So these are the different types of content that you would want to build upon in your website itself. So depending on what it is that you do, you should try to make sure that you implement as much content and make sure that that content is valuable. You don't want to just have a lot of content that is just kind of spammed with a lot of keywords. You want to make sure that it makes sense as well, because that creates like a lot of value and credibility in your website and the content that you put out also, and also in turn helps you organically build your traffic. And then you also want to build backlinks from your targeted directories. And so let's say you have like other content out there, you want to make sure that it backlinks to your website. So your website essentially is the hub that your visitors will come back to. So that would be like your central area where you deploy all your information from. And then you also want to build your social profiles and post often. So if you have your social media channels, you want to make sure that you post at least thrice a week on it. Make sure that you have content always going and you have like a good social media presence happening. And you should also stay active in your targeted forum. So make sure that whichever forum it is that you run, it doesn't stay stagnant. If you have visitors coming in, you should always be on point and make sure that you engage with them on a regular basis. So this will really help you organically build your traffic. And then a little bit of what Zoho Bookings is about. As I've already mentioned before, it helps you sync your calendars and it lets your customers, self-schedule and also pay for appointments. So you can have appointments and everything set up. So if there's a service that you provide where you need somebody to book or schedule a session with you, that can be done using the Zoho Bookings integration. Of course, I'll be showing how that integration can be configured in the demo. And here are a few advanced webinars that we have already done before. Of course, you can find this on our YouTube channels. I just included the links into the session for your convenience. So we've already covered the Advanced Visual Editor, which is a visual editing tool that helps you create really neat and professional looking customizations without having to depend on a developer or a designer to come and do it for you. So you can do all of these type of very nifty, in-depth customizations all with the click of a button by yourself. And so we've kind of covered how that can be done in this session, so you can check that out. We've also spoken about the advanced HTML and CSS customization. So for those of you who are tech savvy and who would like to code and develop your website using HTML and CSS, we've kind of covered a few of the most frequently requested coding or codes that people request for their websites. And so we've kind of done a whole session on that as well. And then a more in-depth session into the member portal as well as access restriction. So how those two features can be used for you to not only restrict access of your website from visitors externally, but also how you can create an intranet website. So this would be like a website that can be only viewed by your organization members as well, can be done via access restriction. And then we've also covered in depth the whole SEO, which covers, as I mentioned before, the page-wise SEO, as well as the SEO in regards to how you can implement it for your entire site, as well as how we have SEO for images and your blog posts as well. And then another session on the integrations that we have. So Zoho not only integrates with a whole bunch of products within Zoho itself, within the Zoho ecosystem, we also integrate with Unsplash and Pixabay. So these are like the leading stock image providers. So we integrate with these providers so that you can add images to your website with ease. And we also integrate with MailChimp. And so there are a lot of external integrations that we provide as well. So for those of you who are interested, do be sure to click on the links and check these out. I'm pretty sure that it will provide you with a plethora of information that will really help you in your site building journey. And with that being said, I will just get into the demo. So of course, what and all I have mentioned before will be covered in this demo in a bit more detail, as well as how you can go about implementing it. So while this demo is going on, if there are any questions that come up, you can definitely ask them to me, and we will answer them to you. So with that being said, I will just get the demo started. All right, so this is a member portal which I have set up. So when you want to go about inviting users, you click on the invite button, and then you type in the email address of the person you would like to invite. Be sure to click enter, so you can add like multiple email addresses that way. And then there is that, as I mentioned before, that option to add members directly to a group. And so if you already have groups set up, you can just, again, if you enable this button, you can just add them directly to the group that you would like them to go to. Otherwise, they just go into the default portal. So yeah, the group would appear there. I haven't set one up yet, but that's how it would work. And then you click invite, and then the invite is sent. And so you can see that you have like a little database for all the pending invites for people who have not accepted your invite yet. And so you can see that it's visible over there to help you keep track of the people that you've invited and who have accepted or not accepted. And then you can also, search for members. So here is a member that is added to the portal. You can view that member's info. Now, the credentials that I have given were, the first name, the last name, so on and so forth. You can see the account status, and whatever other options are there. You can also edit the info of this member or delete the member. So these options are provided. And then once we get back, you can see that you can also right here on this page add like pages and files that you would like this member to access. And then I'm going to show you how you can take members and put them into groups. So this is the all members portal. And so what you want to do is you want to go and add the pages. Yeah, so now if you want to add a group, you add the group name. So in this particular example, I'm just going to call it photographers because it is like a restaurant and they have like a little bit of a portfolio of all the dishes that they have. So in this instance, per se, let's say that, you have like an in-house photographer and you want them to access all the images alone and, like view what is there. You have like a group of people who are interested to view just the image, the photos of your restaurant. So you can have like a portal for just that. So that is what this example is trying to illustrate. So now the photographers group is created and you can view the info of that group and you can add members. So we'll add a member now. So you just have to type in the email address of the member. Now it's already indexed, so it'll appear automatically. And then you can choose the pages that you would like this member to access. So you add the pages and then you select the pages that are on your website. So I'm just going to add in the gallery page and the menu page, as well as the contact page, just for example's sake, apart from the other pages that are already available. So then all you have to do is click OK and then go and publish your website. And you can also see that you can remove pages at any point in time as well if you don't want them to access those pages any longer. So once you hit publish and access the published site, for example, you can see right now that without signing in, so without the person signing in, this is how the website would look like. So you just have the pages that are not part of the portal available, which is just like the home, about us, thank you, and blog page, as you can see. And then once you sign in and enter in your credentials, like I'll be showing, you enter in your email address and your password. So these are your credentials to get into this portal. And then you sign in and then you are in the portal. And so now you can see that the gallery and the contact page are available, and as well as the other page, which is the menu page. which wasn't available before. So that's basically how the member portal helps you kind of restrict access to pages. And so you can see that the page that wasn't available before is now available because we've grouped it into that portal for this particular user to access. And once you sign out, you see that you can also sign up if you're not a member. And so this is what the sign up sheet would look like. And so you just follow the on-screen instructions, you enter in your credentials, and then you have your membership sent out. And then the person who is the owner of the site can either choose to accept or reject the request. Having a form on your website is very vital towards collecting information from your visitors. The specific fields that you put in your form determines the kind of information that you will be obtaining from your visitors or your users. And so in order to add a form onto your website, you can access your forms by clicking on the add icon on the top over here. Then you go to element. And under elements, we have this whole tab that has all the different forms that you can choose from. We have integrations with Zoho CRM, which are your CRM web forms. So this will really help you build a good list of visitors, of people who come and visit your website. You can take in all of their information and you can create email lists as well as have lists that you can send out for campaigns, and all of the information that you obtain from your visitors based on the fields that you put out in your form will be saved in your CRM backend, so you can access that on your CRM dashboard. And likewise, we have Zoho Forms and Begin Forms, and so we integrate with both of these form building products. So what you can do is you can go and build forms using either of these platforms, and then you can import those forms onto your website. And so what's really nice about these integrations is that they're just a one-click integration, as well as whatever form it is that you build, depending on the theme that you choose for your Zoho site's website, the form will also follow the same theme, so it won't really look very out there or very out of place. Apart from that, we also have the other forms area where you can actually go and create a form from scratch. We have an inbuilt form builder. So what you can do is you can build a form right here from your website builder if you don't want to use the integrations that we've already provided. And when you build that form, that will be displayed over here. So it's just as simple as building one and dragging and dropping it onto your page. So in order to create your form, you can see that we have a bunch of forms already here in the repository, and clicking on them will show you a preview of how that form looks. And so we have a whole bunch of forms over here that you can choose from, but if you want to build one from scratch, you can do that as well. All you have to do is enter the name for your form. We'll just call this one menu feedback. So this is kind of on the idea that, we're trying to get feedback from our customers about the menu that we provide in this restaurant, just kind of going with the theme that we have already. And so you can add radio buttons. So it's just a simple dragging and dropping it. And you can kind of specify, so these are your form properties and these are your field properties. So based on the fields that you have, you can change the name of the field. You can also configure the kind of choices, add in whatever question it is you would like to add in, and you can add a whole bunch of different fields from over here if you want to collect their email details, or if you want to collect, let's say we're trying to put a drop down where you want to provide an option and have them to choose from. So I'm just going to throw a few fields here. Of course, you can always go and configure it as per your requirement. And you have your other form settings over here where you can choose the kind of security that you would like to provide. And so we have the submit and the reset buttons. And so these are also all options that you can configure basically. And so after that is done, you can go back to the form builder. You will see that the form has been added. And so now, because this form has been built using the Zoho Sites website builder, the form backend, you can find all of your form data. It'll be right in your settings. So when people come and submit their answers onto your form, you can have all of their data stored right here in your builder itself. Of course, there's no data available at the moment because nobody has accessed this form yet, but you can also, choose from the other forms that you have built. So they're all available in this menu on the left, and you can also choose to delete the form if that's what you wish to do. So that is basically how the form can be added onto your website. It's very simple, it's very easy to do. So next we have the SEO settings. And so these are the search engine optimization tools that the Zoho site builder provides to help you optimize your web pages, to, gain better traffic and also appear on a higher ranking in different search engines. So we provide a whole bunch of optimization tools that you can configure and choose from. So we have first the site-wide SEO tools. Now we have all of the tools over here right under the SEO section in your settings. And so we have the robots text, and of course robots text helps search engines to know which web pages to crawl and which ones you do not want them to crawl. So by default they will crawl all of your pages, and if you do not want them to crawl any specific page, this would be the format that you would have to follow. You just have to type disallow colon space slash and the name of the page that you would not like them to crawl. So for instance, we don't want them to crawl the home page, and so it will not be crawled or indexed. And so once you click save, that would be your setting. After that, we have our integration with the Google Analytics and Webmaster tools. So you have to create your Google Analytics account, and once you have that account created, what you can do is you can get the tracker ID and the meta tag and add that here. And so as soon as Google starts tracking your web pages, you will see that you have whatever information that you can get from that will be there in your Google Analytics backend, so you can see how your pages are performing, and from that you can get an assessment and know how you can improve the way your website functions. We also have the meta tag ID that you can add as well. Then we have the tag manager. So the Google Tag Manager helps you manage the deployment of all of your tags from a single area. So basically all the tags that would be used in order for tracking or scrolling and crawling, you can use this particular container ID to help all of it get deployed from your website. So this will help your website when it comes to it being crawled by whichever search engine. It will know where to find the important details of your website that will help while it's being indexed and ranked. Then we have the Bing Webmaster, which is very similar to Google Analytics and Webmaster tools. Again, Bing is another search engine, so this would be the meta tag that you would add in into your SEO settings if you want Bing to index and rank your page. And again, you can go and set up your Bing Webmaster account, and you'll be able to find all of these tags related to what you have to add into your Zoho Sites website builder right over there. The next SEO tool that we have is a sitemap. And so what a sitemap is that it tells the search engines about the page structure of your website, and it also provides metadata about your site pages, such as when your page was last updated and how often the page was changed. And so this helps with SEO because it makes it easier for search engines to find out about the content on your site, and that'll help thereby increase its chances of appearing higher on the search engine ranking. So of course you can upload a sitemap from your computer. So we already provide a sitemap, but if you have one that you would like to map out on your own, you can upload the file from your computer. So we have that option as well. And then we have the 301 redirect. And so what the 301 redirect is that it helps you redirect the user from a page that is no longer available to a page that is available. So this helps you not lose content coming into your page. So let's say there is a broken URL, so you won't have any traffic coming into that page, for instance. So you'd want to redirect them to a URL that is actually fixed and functional. And this helps, like, if you have an outdated or old URL, you can shift it to the new one so that you don't have to really miss out on any traffic on that page. And so adding a 301 redirect is as simple as just adding in the new URL that you would like and then choose a page destination. And so that is how that can be configured. Apart from the site-wide SEO settings that we have, we also have SEO settings that you can apply individually to each page. So we can take the home page, for instance. And so over here, you see that we have a page name and the page URL. So traditionally, when you use the Zoho site builder and you enter in the page name, the URL will automatically be updated as well. And here are all the SEO settings that we have. So you can add the page title. So this will be the title of the page that will appear on the search engine. You can also add all the relevant keywords that you think your users or your visitors may use to find this particular page, and a good description of the page. And again, here we have page specific robot text. So you can always come into the page if you do not want to go into the site setting and do the whole thing of writing disallow and then, get that done. You can also do that over here. And then you can also include or not include this page in the sitemap. That is completely up to you. And you can also change the frequency and the priority of how quickly or what prioritizes this page from being crawled. All of that can be set over here as well. And so these are all of the SEO tools that we provide. Of course, we do have a few SEO tools for a blog page. If you do have the blog page, these are the SEO tools that we provide. So of course you can go into your blog preferences and you see that you have your SEO for the particular blog page. You have your title and your description, and so you can set that. You can even go and make it your homepage if you choose to, but these are the SEO settings that we provide. Apart from that, you can also add images and have those images have their own alt text, and all of these type of things will really help when it comes down to having your website optimized for search engines. Next, we have our integrations with Zoho Bookings. So this integration will help if you provide any services that require scheduling an appointment or booking an appointment. So it's as simple as dragging and dropping the Bookings app from your Elements tab, and then you have to just enter your business name as well as the industry that your website is about. So we provide a whole bunch of various industries that you can choose from. So for the sake of this particular template, which is a food service, we're going to take the wedding industry. You click create, and then it will be added to your page. As you can see, here is the bookings module where you can have people come into your website, visitors and users, and they can book an appointment. They can schedule what date and time is convenient for them. As you can see, there are also settings that you can add. And the settings that we provide allow you to refresh the page, or you can also go to the Zoho Bookings backend. You can also choose how this particular appointment sheet appears on. I hope that all of you were able to find that demo of some use, and probably it shone a lot of information on a few features that maybe all of you have used but don't know to the extent of which you could use it, or maybe if these were features that you didn't even know existed also. I hope that this demo was very informational to all of you. And so with that being said, there are a lot of questions that have been coming in. So I really appreciate the engagement that all of you have been putting forward with us. And we'll be moving on to the next part of this session. And of course, like as your business evolves, so will the purpose of your website. So we want to ensure that all of you make maximum use of Zoho Sites' advanced features to help you provide your customers and visitors with a better experience. So that is mainly the aim of the tools that we provide to help you build better websites in general. And so with that being said, we're going to move to the end of the session where we're going to have an open Q&A. So any questions that come up, we will be answering them right now live. So keep the questions coming in. We're going to have the portal open. So definitely anything it is that you would like to ask, now would be the time to do so. So Kritika, are you with us right now? I'm not able to hear her.
Sorry, Kristen, I was on mute. All right.
Yeah, okay, here you are.
Yeah. So, all right. So, I
Yep.
mean, there were a lot of questions that
Yes.
were pouring in during the demo itself.
Right.
So, okay. Varma has a question. Can we
Mm-hmm.
switch from account number with UBA Bank in Liberia? Okay, I don't really understand this question. Just make this read and see if that makes sense.
Um,
I don't
I
know if
don't.
that's a follow up for any other question.
I'm not particularly sure. It might be a follow up, so I'm not. I think Naresh can
Okay.
kind of look into that because he had
Yeah.
been answering quite a few. So we will be getting you an answer. Varma, let's just see what this is about.
All right. The
Um,
next question.
anything else, Ritika?
Yeah. Emily has this question. When adding Google tags, do we need to insert the Google tag code on each page as promoted by Google? And if so, is there a best place to do this on Google sites?
No, so that's not necessarily the case. So all you have to do is go into your tag manager account, then you pick up the tracking code, and then you go and access your SEO tools in your settings page and just paste that. And that one instance will cover like all of your whole SEO like on a site-wide basis. So you don't necessarily have to go into each and every page and manually insert it there. Emily, you can just paste it in that one place and it'll automatically integrate with your tag manager account, and that would be happening instantaneously. So I hope that answers your question. Um,
Okay, and there's another question. Dijin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Can I
mhm.
integrate Twilio services with Zoho sites?
um, I'm
I'm not
sorry, but I
sure.
really
Yeah.
don't know what Twilio is. I'm kind
No,
of
I did see it
unaware.
was kind of a messaging API service, but I don't
Okay.
think so. We have that
Yeah,
here.
if that be the case, then no. But if you would like to provide like live chat services, we do have an integration with Zoho Sales IQ. So this allows you to provide real-time chat with your customers, as well as you can also track their activity on your website.
So he was
So
looking for a text messaging part, right?
right, I figured. So like when
There could be an option. I'm not sure how Twilio works, but if they give you like a code snippet that you can put in your header
yes,
post, it can work because
yeah.
a lot of people integrate WhatsApp that way with Zoho sites and Zoho Commerce. So if they provide a code snippet, definitely you
Yeah,
can put it in.
you can use the code snippet element, and then you can just add what Twilio provides, and then you can have that integration set up. If they're providing it from their end, you can definitely integrate with third-party providers such as this. Okay, yeah, right. So it's a text messaging platform. I got you. Yeah. So if there is if they do provide it, you can definitely do that. Um, how do I make a text directory for members of an organization? Can I embed an Excel sheet list for a directory? Will a directory do a search? So right now we don't exactly have the search bar feature available. We are working on it definitely. But when it comes down to you adding like a directory that you want members to view, it would just be a matter of you embedding that onto your website, and then that particular page, you can share that with the members that you would like to access. So that would be a way in which you can do that then. I hope that answers your question. Is there anything else? I think,
In chat,
yeah.
Varma Folly has given follow up. It's like my books with Zoho Bookings. and some question. But Varma, can you just write to us at marketing at Zoho sites, like explaining exactly your problem? Then we can definitely get the support to help you with your issue, because right now, okay, this again thing. So, but do write to us at marketing at Zoho sites if you need any, like us to fix your Zoho sites.
Yes, and we can also provide like a one-on-one demo session for any of you who have any specific type of requirements and you would like to get a more hands-on approach as to what it is that you need. We will be providing one-on-one sessions, so you can just drop us an email at marketing@zohosites.com, and we will get you in contact with our either support or pre-sales personnel, and you can schedule a session based on your convenience.
So Dijon wants to know, is there anyone here? Oh, he's asking other people, an accountant who's using Zoho products. So that's great. I mean, we also have the community, Zoho Sites community, where you can actually get in touch with other Zoho Sites user and discuss features and better workflows that helps your business and your industry. So that's a great thing that you're trying to establish. I think there are a couple more questions that came up. Dan has a question. Can I create a page without having it on the menu? I want to create a directory with lots of name, but link each name to another page with the content.
Yes, that is definitely possible. So there is an option you can go into your settings and you can click on the menu settings, and then what you can do is you can go and hide the menu so that it doesn't appear. So whatever menu item it is that you have, you can have a page and that'll definitely have a default menu item, but then after that is added, you can go and hide that so that won't be visible. And so what you can do instead is have, as you require, just the names, and you can have that link to whichever page you require. So that is definitely possible, Dan. It's just a matter of going and hiding the menu. So I hope that answers your question.
So there's another question. When inviting members to the site, can we personalize the invitation? Is there a way to personalize the email, Christine?
Yeah, so as far as I know, I don't think you can personalize. So what happens is that it is just like an auto-generated email that goes out saying that you have been invited to the member portal of so-and-so site with your site name as well as URL. So it's not possible for you to customize the content of that email, unfortunately, soon. But we do send it out in a very apt and kind of personalized manner, but it's not really possible for you to do that by yourself, unfortunately. So,
Okay. All right. We don't have any more questions at this point, but we'll keep the portal open for a few more minutes.
definitely. I don't know why, but it kind of shows that there are quite a few that are unanswered, but I think the server on my side is just a little slow or something. So, yes. Yeah, so we'll just keep the portal open for a little longer. So if there is anything else that you would like to ask us, please do so. And thank you for being, so engaging with us and, talking to us and asking all of your questions. We really appreciate engaging with you and hearing what you have to say and, the kind of situations that you probably ran into while using the product. It's very insightful for us. So it's always really nice to hear from all of you. We appreciate it. So, is there anything else, Kritika? I don't see anything from my side.
Nope, nothing else.
Just keep it open for a little longer.
Okay, Daniel has a question. How a website created this way tied into Zoho CRM? Are there any advantages by using it together?
What is that? The integration? I'm not able to see it here, so
So it's basically the Zoho sites and CRM integration. What are the advantage of using it both together.
Okay, so the integration that we have with CRM is just simply with the web forms. And so what it helps you do is that with CRM, there are a lot of like backend functionalities when it comes to managing the leads that you collect, or if you're going to have like web to form or web to leads, or whichever way it is that you would like to collect your information. When you have all of that in your CRM dashboard, you'll be able to understand your data a little better. Of course, it is according to your preference, because the same type of ways in which you build your form can be also done on the begin forms of form builder. So it's just based on whatever your requirement is. So that's why we provide different types of form builders, because you may have a little more comfort in using whichever. So that's just basically the way it handles your data. Later on, it's just the kind of integration that we provide with CRM. I hope that answers your question. Anything else, Kritika?
Yep. I mean, Lucas has a follow up like yes, listers, activities, form, etc. Uh, so I I don't know where the thing is. Yeah, but that is the thing. So like if you were there at the when the session started, Christine would have spoken about how to generate leads and everything, right? So sites is like the best place where you can actually collect email address from people. So if you are actually getting a lot of organic traffic, people, it is going to be a well validated lead. People definitely know about you, they understand your business, and they need something, only then they're going to come in and fill the form. So having your CRM integrated is definitely going to help you understand your customers way better. So definitely the integration is going to help your business. So okay, Lucas has just said like you can integrate with CRM and create these fields. All right. I think there were like three more questions. Yep. So Dan has another question. Can I add a formula from Excel? I don't think so, right?
You can add a formula from Excel, but there is a follow-up saying, like, as in to make a calculator form for a specific formula. I think in the form builder itself, there are fields that you can add in for calculations. So depending on whichever form builder it is that you use, there should be a form field where you can do this, is what my knowledge tells me. I think that should be possible. But when it comes to adding it from Excel, that's not really a possibility then. Um, can you talk
And
about how to integrate with Backstage? I don't think we have an integration with Backstage yet, so definitely what we try to do is try to get all the products that help you with, like when it comes to building a website, what helps you with your forms and with the CRM and with, tracking your visitors, behavior on your website. That's why we have integrations with IQ and Marketing Hub and PageSense. So we have a lot of tools that are very pertaining to how you gain and nurture the leads that you get on your website. So we don't really have an integration with Backstage at the moment. It's probably down the pipeline. I'm not too sure about that at the moment. So um,
but so ideally, how it can work is that you can integrate Backstage with CRM as well as your sites with CRM and make everything work together. But integrating sites with sites with Backstage is kind of, because Backstage by itself has a landing page builder and everything, so it's like a set package.
mm,
So
that
what
would
we
be a
can do is,
workaround.
yeah, you can provide a link in your sites which can take people to the Backstage's landing page. So that sort of integration or connection can definitely be established at this point. So Dan wants a pricing calculator using the form. So I think
Right.
Zoho Forms should have some
It
option.
I noticed that there was like a percentage form, so I mean a percentage field. So that is there, like it's just depending on the form builder that you use. So whatever fields it is that they provide is what we will definitely show on your Zoho site's website builder. So you can just take a look at the form builder, Dan. I'm pretty sure that there is a pricing calculator or some sort of calculator, some arithmetic. So it just depends on the fields that you add in. So um, I hope that answers your question.
And Lucas has mentioned in chat that we can integrate Backstage with a code snippet. Thank you so much for that information, Lucas.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Lucas. Sometimes things just tend to go over our heads. So
Yeah, because there's so many features, and
that is,
Zoho
yeah.
has so many products, and it's
We
very
just,
difficult to keep in touch. And this is the first
and
time we actually had a question about integration with Backstage.
yeah. So I didn't really know that myself, to be very honest, because I didn't really see that requirement come up too often. So
Yeah.
that's good.
There was one more thing. Do you have any site features coming out soon we should be looking out before the end of the year? Is there anything in the pipeline, Christine?
We are working on a bunch of things. Of course, we are updating our what's new page, but at the moment, we're just kind of working on the features that we have right now, trying to better them, running a lot of like bug fixes and trying to make them work even more seamlessly. But definitely, when there is something that does come up, you can check out our what's new page, and so we do. I'll just pull up the link. And so we do update this on a regular. So this is where you can kind of check out what is going on with our site builder and all of the features and things that we have been adding updates and such. So um, I'll just pull up the link real quick. In the meantime, is there anything else, Kritika?
Nope. We haven't had any questions in a while.
We'll just keep the portal open for a little longer anyway. Let me just add this in chat. All right, so again, we'll just keep it open for a little longer if there's anything else that you would like to ask us. And once again, I would like to thank all of you for joining us for this session. And if there's anything that you would like to say to us even after the session, you can definitely write to us at marketing@zohosites.com. And me, Kritika, as well as our manager, Ashish, will be there to respond to you, whatever questions it is that you may have, or any feedback that you would like to provide. We would love to hear it all from you. I
Also, if you're looking for a demo or you want us to any one-on-one session, definitely we can help you out there. So do write to us. We can set it up.
Yes, that is definitely a possibility. So, of course, if there is, apart from these sessions that we run for a group of all of you, we will be providing like one-on-one sessions as well. Okay, so if that is all, I guess we will be ending the session now. I would like to thank all of you for joining us today, and I would like to. Oh, there's a question that came up. Oh, where do we request for the one-on-one? Yes, so you just drop us an email at marketing@sohosites.com, Sue, and we will get you in contact with either the pre-sales or the support team. And over there, you can just kind of work with them to figure out which timing suits best for you, and you can schedule that out. And then they will call you promptly and have a one-on-one session with you as well. All right, so I hope that answers your question, Sue. And so, right, with that being said, we will just end this session. Kritika, is there anything else that came up or are we done?
One-on-one. So
Yeah, I had already made a mention of that.
okay.
Was that audible? I don't know. I hope it was audible.
No,
That should make sense. Okay, so anyways, thank you all for joining us once again for this session. I wish all of you a good day, and to Kritika and Naresh over here in India, good night. And thank you for joining me for this session. And we will see you once again, maybe sooner than later. And I will also be sharing the recording of the session with all of you via email, so you can look forward to that. Thank you once again, and bye.
bye.